Hey guys, my name is Ryan.
And my name is Miska.
And welcome to Overwatch Central, and welcome to Ilios. I think this will be the only time I'll ever be able to come here without needing a visa from now on. But we're going to go over the control map, we're going to go over some potential heroes you might want to use. There's not really too much to go over since it's 3 points. Fairly small overall on control, but we'll discuss some of the features of all three of these rounds and say what we like and what you should maybe do if you're struggling on them. And Ilios is a bit of a pain in the ass for me, but Miska's going to go over this first area, which is the Lighthouse. Do remember that you can get them in any order from now, and we do apologise if there's any rough cuts as well, because we do keep randomly getting kicked from the game mode for no apparent reason, so do bear that in mind.
Yeah, but let's get right into it. So, we're gonna talk about Lighthouse first. I'm just gonna go over the main parts at this point, and then Ryan can fill in with whatever he has to say a bit later. But there are a few things to keep in mind here. The first thing is that this is a bit of an interesting one. It's similar to... Fuck! Why did it remove me? Right, so a thing to keep in mind on Ilios is how the point is structured and, you know, how the sort of layout looks around this part of the map. It's relatively similar to Lijiang Tower, the night market one, aka the first one if you played in beta, the first area there, where you have two different runouts and you kind of have this area that's close to an edge. You can run around the side of it, but you can also just run straight into it, and you're kind of in an indoors area. So it's similar to it in that sort of sense. But what you have to keep in mind mainly is that when you come out of your spawn sort of around this area or through here or through back there, whatever, you're always going to end up being in this open area at one time or another. And this means a couple of things. Open areas in Overwatch generally mean that if you're on the floor and people are above you, you are at a disadvantage. And that's what they try to do with a lot of the control maps. They try to give the people on the point a disadvantage, so they have to fight harder to keep it. So in this case, you're indoors here, you're kind of locked in, you're like, you know, if they throw down a Reaper ult from up here, a Pharah ult from the side, or anything similar to that, you're gonna get squished together quite easily and possibly even wipe, you know? And that's something to keep in mind, the high grounds and the open area, and controlling the high grounds while still keeping some people on the point is very important. On top of this, you also have some like the closed area around the point and also indoors, and this means that if people are coming through here, you can very easily just spam damage into here and capitalize off of that. And yeah, there are many ways to do this with Junkrats, with Zarya splash damage or rockets or whatever. Down here is a very popular thing, like popular way to just spam grenades down as Junkrats. And you also have the, just to not forget about it, the walkway around the side here. And this is another interesting one where Junkrats, Pharahs and Lucios, that all heroes that can push people around, can push people off the side. A good thing to do is to do it when people are going up or down these stairs, because it's easier to get pushed off if you're kind of getting pushed off the ramp here. A lot of people sort of jump as well, so yeah, do keep that in mind too. You know, these poles can still like kind of save you if you boot people off in the wrong sort of direction. But yeah, that's a very important thing to think about too. Very popular is for Pharahs to hang around this open area and just shoot concussive shots like here when people are running through this sort of way and they get thrown off this side. So do keep that in mind too. It's very common on control maps to shoot people off the side. This spot up here is very good for Junkrats and Reapers actually. If people are coming through down there, I can jump down as Reaper and Death Blossom, loads of people die, lots of points, lots of cool eliminations, all that good stuff. And on top of this, you also have like earlier bottlenecks, like in here, for example. You can even push people back and move in here. Obviously, the further you move away from the point, the more you're putting at risk, since, you know, you're leaving the point like uncontested or whatever you want to call it. And they have, the enemy will have an easier time just flanking you and pulling you back and taking control of the whole match, really. But yeah, that's basically what you need to keep in mind on Ilios. You have the bottlenecks in here that are good to control. The indoor areas, anyone who's in there, you should punish when you're on either this side or this side. You have many ways to do it, you know, maps are symmetrical and all that. And the people that are on the point are at a disadvantage. So please use the high grounds, use the walls in here as well for easy splash damage, and make sure you're pushing people off. If you're a Pharah, this is a fantastic one because you can just dip between the roofs, you can shoot people off, and you can also shoot onto the point from a relatively high angle. If I go this high up, you can still see sort of into the point, which is very useful. So do bear that in mind. Pharah is a great pick on this one. Roadhog too, because you can shoot people off the side. Junkrat I find a lot of fun as well. And yeah, just that's basically the essence of playing this area, Lighthouse on Ilios.
Yep, it's very open, and so heroes like Junkrat and Farah can have a really good time in it. It's very similar with Point 3, but we'll get onto this in a bit. Right now, we're going to check out the well. Well, look what we have here. It's the well area on Ilios, probably the most exciting area on a control map due to this massive hole in the middle. Of course, if you fall into that, you die. Had some games where Lucio jumped into that thinking that's where the objective was, and he obviously died pretty quickly. And generally, we just want to go over, first of all, you need to use this hole. Heroes like Farah, Winston with his ult and a knockback Roadhog to pull people into it. You get an instant kill no matter who ends up in there. And if you manage to knock a Roadhog or a Reinhardt that has a lot of health, you'll get a lot of ultimate charge from it as well. So if you knock a couple of tanks into there, you'll get a lot of ultimate charge because their health suddenly disappears and that charge will go towards your weapon charge. So you want to be using that. Lucius can also skate around the inside of it to try and contest a point without actually being open to taking damage from crossfire that's coming from either side. So do bear that in mind. It's a bit of a scary thing to do, but if you're a prolific Lucio, you should do a pretty good job. You just got to be a little bit careful. Another thing that we like to highlight is this high ground area, which is up here, and heroes like Junkrat and Farah and even a Widowmaker can control this high area and put a lot of pressure on the other team from sort of providing cover fire from up here, dropping Junkrat grenades into this choke point can cause a lot of issues for the enemy team. And if they have heroes that are sort of on the ground like a Soldier 76, Tracer, Roadhog, Mercy Lucio I guess to an extent as well, that can't really get up here with ease, then they can't really contest. So if they have a Widowmaker up there or a Junkrat or whatever, you want to grab a Diva, you want to grab a Farah to counterplay it, or a Winston. All of these people can instantly get up here and put a lot of pressure on those that are controlling this area. As well as that, we have these enclosed areas on this right hand side, left hand side for the enemy team, which very much suit a Roadhog that can sort of hide in the shade here. Reapers and McCrees as well that can quickly just sort of jump around this corner and flank people who might be going this way. Even as well, you can flank all the way around here and get behind the enemy, and that's where you can get a couple of good ults, surprising ults on them, sort of jumping down on them to an extent from up here. You can really sort of get the sort of advantage on the enemy team by using this area, and it's a very important area to sort of hold. It can be quite easy to have a Roadhog jump around here, grab a Lucio that might be coming onto the point here and instantly kill him. In a similar sort of sense, you have got this area down here as well. You have this little health pack which is fairly obvious to go for both teams. If they're low on health, that they might sort of hide in here and go for this. So if you have a McCree or a Reaper or a Roadhog, Zarya, whatever, just sort of controlling this area, dipping in and out of the fight when necessary, here to contest, and then they can sort of jump back and whatever. It's a really good thing to have, and just generally making sure that there's people placed all around. But certainly Roadhog is great on this map for a tank if you're thinking of ideas. Just the presence that he has to bully people on this point by being on here, but also being able to hide around these areas, control this area as well, and for the self-sustain as well, to look after himself, and with an ult that knocks people back, and his chain, that if you chain pull somebody from over here into that hole, they will die no matter what hero that is. Even if it's a Diva in her mech, she'll die instantly. And yeah, I think that's pretty much everything. It tends to be a thing where you don't want to tunnel vision too much, as you can get jumped on pretty quickly, and it's one of those hard to capture points once you lose it. So if you can get it straight away, then you have the advantage. But finally, let's go on to the third point, which is the ruins.
Okay, so we moved on. We're on ruins. This is also a very sort of similar to the first point. It gives you a disadvantage when you're on the point very clearly as well. This one a lot more open though, so even better for a hero like Farah. But obviously you can be countered by the likes of Widowmaker and Soldier 76. I try to always make sure that the team I'm on has got a soldier when we play this map, because then you can stand down here and you can still control all of this open space up here in the air where there will be Pharaohs and other heroes snooping about. You can also shoot across very nicely, so soldier is overall a really good pick. but Farah is as well, and depending on who plays better, you might be able to control each other. And yeah, if the Farah is just really good, she'll be able to outplay the soldier even. And that means that you're gonna have a lot of control of the game overall. Also, on top of this, you have Roadhog and Reapers, who are very good at sitting and sticking onto the objective. So Roadhog can sort of take cover behind these walls. It's kind of hard to hit him if I would have to come over here, and then I'm very exposed. And that means that he can just shoot a little bit, hook someone in, get his team to kill them, step back, heal up, rinse and repeat, which is very, very nice. This can be countered by a D-Volt, for example, just tossing one of those onto the point, which is very, very nice. On top of this, you can also harass snipers as D.Va. So, for example, if they have a Widowmaker to counter your Pharah, you can pick a D.Va to both get presence on the point and make sure that you go up to this sort of area with the boosters to bully a Widowmaker or whoever decides to come up here. That's something that I strongly recommend. Reaper can also flank around the sides quite nicely, can actually use this inner area too. He can dominate these inner areas quite well. So yeah, the enemy can't really push up to you if you're on this side and the enemy are on that. They can't really, they can either push up to you with a Reaper or you can push them back with a Reaper, which is very, very good. Do keep in mind though that when you Death Blossom as Reaper, you really need to make sure that they don't see it coming, because on this one, it's quite easy to get the line of sight on the Reaper from afar, since it's such an open point. So yeah, if the enemy team are taking the objective and you want to Death Blossom them, make sure that you either like speed boost it in, or have a bubble around you, as like a Zarya on your team bubble you, or something like that. It has to be quite well coordinated, but it can work very, very well. So yeah, get some tanks for sticky on the objective, D.Va great for harass, Pharah fantastic up in the air. And obviously you can also shoot people off over here. Since there's no ledge, it's really, really easy to have people go for this big health pack and then just zoop, get fucking shot off by the Pharah. And yeah, that's great. I love doing that. I'm sure you guys have done it too. You just see an innocent little soldier 76 sneaking up to this health pack, and boom, he just gets sent off flying out into the water here. And those are the sort of things you should be looking to do, and the heroes you should be looking to pick on Ruins.
Yep, and that's Ilios. Do let us know how you get on, and let us know what map you would like us to go over next, and have a walk around and talk about, potential things that you could do. Thank you very much for watching. Take care. We'll see you next time. Bye.